Good morning.
Just pick up on a couple of those concerns that some parents have put forward, that at least they know what's in their pupils' lunch if they pack it themselves, and that sometimes school meals aren't as nutritious as what they can provide from home.
Yes, I can understand that. Again, with what we're trying to do is to make sure that the meals are as nutritious as possible. We're also communicating to parents what the choices are. There's 3 hot choices as well as the packed lunch option. The packed lunch option would exist of all sorts of things the children can choose to put on their sandwiches at school. And again, the parents will be informed of that as far as allergies and concerns. The parents are invited to talk to our cook and to school management about their concerns, and together we can then work through the issues. The whole point of what we were trying to do is to offer a service to parents so they wouldn't have to worry about school meals, and working together we'd be able to do that. And obviously, we don't know exactly how it's going to work out, but the governors said that after making the decision that they would review that at the half-term break. So at least we've got a few weeks together to find out what's going on. And we're inviting parents in to come and share a meal with their children so that they can see firsthand of what we're trying to offer and suggest improvements. And that's really what the service we're trying to offer.
OK, for the time being, if you could stay there, Mr. Spencer, because in the studio we're joined by the editor of Telegraph's online parenting hub, Sally Peck. Sally, what do you make of this plan?
I think it's a wonderful idea in theory, but I have serious concerns about whether it will work in practice. I think, how can you ensure that children are eating the healthy parts of the school dinners? And how can we trust that the school will prepare the best possible dinner for our children?
When they investigated the packed lunches at this school, 1% of them were healthy. Well, only 1%.
That's a statistic that's been around for a while. It's been around for over a year also when Nick Clegg was doing the investigation into the early years food. Is it true that 1% of children in this country are bringing healthy packed lunches to school? I find that hard to believe.
But I just wonder if you could put that to Mr. Spencer. What was wrong with the packed lunches that children were bringing in?
Well, basically, they didn't meet the nutritional standards that are recommended by the Food Standards Agency, and that is what we've been looking at. We've had to learn from that as well. We invited an advisor to come in and to actually look and see what the service we were providing from a school meals service point of view, as we run our meal service in-house. And obviously from there, that's when she got to see some of the packed lunches that were coming in and giving us that information on that day.
There we go. So they don't meet.
It really is difficult.
They don't meet nutritional guidelines.
He says that they're running it in-house because 1,700 schools in England don't have kitchens in primary schools. So maybe it'll work in his school, but is this a policy that's going to work around the country? Not now, not without a huge investment.
But the important thing, crucially, though, you feel like that they might have the facility there to make it work. And if they can make it work, it's got to be beneficial to the children.
I think there are a lot of benefits to having school lunches together. I think it's a very social thing if everyone's sharing in the same food. However, looking at the menus from the school, I'm not sure that that sounds that appealing. I don't know what a cheese swirl is, but it doesn't sound like what I want my children to have for lunch. And a lot of parents are upset because they feel this is very Big Brother. It's the government telling them, you're not being a good enough parent. We can do a better job. And in theory, maybe that's true. But when did you last have a good meal at a British institutional setting? Because I can tell you, I've never had one. I mean, look at NHS meals, for example. This is a place.
That's a whole different argument, isn't it? I mean, this is a bit, because at that stage, and we can't go into it, unfortunately, because we're running out of time. Thank you for joining us,
Sally,
and Mr. Spencer, thank you for joining us as well. Best of luck with this scheme. We look forward to seeing how it unrolls. We're looking at the menu here. I have to say that Monday doesn't look too bad. Chicken wrap or fish fingers, chocolate sponge custard, and orange cookie as well.
Right, I know what I'm having for lunch.